Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, not long ago I did a video on review of the Grayl that I had got from stitchgear.com. I got it because of the recommendation of Dave Canterbury, to be honest with you. Dave spends a lot of time in the field, and he spends a lot of time going all over the world, and he gave me a good idea about this. He was talking to a good friend of mine, Dan Lutz, about it, and he's mentioned it in several of his videos. And if it's something that he's using that much, I should look at it, and I did. And as I pointed out in my video, it brought a new dimension to my outdoor set, because I've always carried the canteen set. And I'm old and I'm kind of set in my ways. And I know a lot of you enjoy hearing about the old ways, and that's what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, don't become static. I had given up on a lot of camping because I simply couldn't lay on the ground very well anymore. And so it turned into something where I had to do car camping or canoe camping or something like that. And then I discovered the Hennessy hammock. And that opened it back up where I could go again, because now I didn't hurt so bad because I was sleeping in a hammock as opposed to on the ground. When I found the one-wind hammock, that pushed the Hennessy out of the way, because it was lighter, it was doing the job, it had more features, etc. So I stepped up. Same thing whenever we're talking about my water system. Since the 80s, I've always just boiled water. No big deal, right? The only problem with it is down here in the south it's so hot. So I had to run 2 canteens, because one canteen had to be cool relatively and full, so that when the other one needed to be refilled, I could stop, heat, refill, put it in the thing, and then have to wait upwards of sometimes 2 hours, depending on conditions, for it to cool off enough for me to be able to drink it. So I had to have that canteen. And yeah, I could have carried, and I have carried several little pumps, little Sawyers, and etc. I have done that too. But the advantage to this of being able to just scoop it up and then just put a little pressure and doing the thing, and you got instant water and it's still cool, like we saw in one of my recent videos, that is awesome. And it's still got river water in it right now, creek water. I got a couple days ago, and it's still good. Still sweet tasting. So I wanted to come up with a cook system for this. And I pointed out in my video that I discovered that I had the Stanley pot, and that it fit just perfect onto it. I like the Stanley cup as a boiling cup, because I've got the lid and I've got the handle that I can lock on and off at will. Just hook in one side, bring it up, twist it in, and lock it in place. Pardon me. Other side first. I shortened one tab on it. There. Now it fits onto it, and this can be pressed, fold over to keep the lid in place should I need to. I want to be able to hang it. So I'm going to drill 2 holes into it and come up with some little bail system that I can hook onto it and be able to hang it. You know, I don't want to have to carry a lot of gear, but I just like being able to hang a pot. You know, it's so handy to swing it in and out. And so I'm going to come up with some little bail system on this. I may just simply come here on the sides and put in my own thing with a wire bail, or just simply make a simple heavy piece of wire and drill and make the holes on either end, and then make one fold one way and one fold the other on the opposite end, so they don't come out easily. You know what I'm saying? And just have it fold down here on the front so I can swing it up and have a bail. I'll probably do that. That's lazy, and I like lazy. And that will give me the option of a handle or just simply a bail to be able to cut with it. And as far as being able to get down into the bottom of it, I got this long spoon. I picked this up at Walmart for about $1 right now. It's kind of like that Light My Fire. It is a wee bit flimsy, but it'll do until I can come up with something else. I may carve a spoon for this, who knows. But it easily reaches all the way to the bottom. And with that bottom kind of cupped a little bit, you're going to need a spoon to be able to get food all the way out of the corners down there in the bottom. So that seems to go well with that. But what I was also looking at was a way to carry it. Now on my rucksack, I already got a pre-made spot on the side of it. I just drop it in place, and it does good for that. But with the summer coming, and I'm going to be doing fishing and other endeavors where I don't want to be encumbered by a rucksack, it's going to be real light minimum kit with my water set. How do I want to carry it? Well, I had talked about Stitch Gear had a carrier. And I took my YouTube money that I get, and thank you very much, because of my YouTube channel I've monetized. I get a little bit of money, not a whole lot, but a little bit of money. But I got enough money out of March that I could order this from Randy at Stitch Gear. So now I've got one. Could I have made this? Relatively, yes. Randy's quality is a lot higher than mine would be, but could I have made it out of a piece of heavy leather and stuff? Yeah. But at the same time, I'd rather pay for the quality and save me my time to make it. Now I want to put these together, and what it's got is it's a flat piece that's had grommets punched into it, and it's laced with paracord and 2 cinches. It's very simple. As I understand it, Dan Lutz and Randy Smith came up with this as a carrier, and it will adjust to fit just about anything, and that's what I'm hoping. So I'm going to put the lid on the bottom just like this. Now figure out exactly how I want this to go. Now that's going to be a question. Or could I put it, could I stand at the side? Might be able to do that. Put the pot in like that, all the way to the bottom. I think that lid may fit better the other way. Turn the lid around. I had it like that. I'm going to turn it around like that. And I think I'm going to put it to the front face. Now I'm going to put the pot in all the way to the bottom, just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my handle, and I'm going to put the handles up. I'm going to just slide it up just like that in there, and slide them legs underneath the pot just like that. Put it in the middle, it'll kind of capture it. Now, having done that, the Grayl will drop right in just like that, and then the spoon, I think, will slide right down in here in the back. Actually, it will go down between the Grayl and the cup, just like that. That's a basic beginning. Alright, now, I don't want that to happen. That spoon's going to bind it. I want this stuff to stay in the bottom. I don't want to have to carry it in a separate component. I want it to stay in the bottom down there. This isn't reflecting anything bad about the design. Design's fine. I'm just working it out, how I want to do it. Now, with just that pot and that, it drops right in. Boom. If I pull the pot tight and left the Grayl loose, that would work out a whole lot better, wouldn't it? So let's see. I want to change out this lacing just a little. And that's the advantage of this design. I can adjust it. And when I was looking at this on his website, this is what I kind of had in mind. I'm going to squeeze and pull it out of the locker. Not lose the locker. And now I want to go down to, say, these two. So I'm going to unlace this one, unlace this one. Just like that. And if I take and put that handle back up underneath like we talked about, if I'll put this lid to the front like we talked about, put the spoon like that in there, okay, and then we want to tighten these laces up quite a bit, just like that. Now for the temporary, I'm going to tie it. Just like that, because I'm proving a concept right now. Alright, over here on this side, same idea. Sorry it's taking so long, guys, but when you're doing your gear like this, you don't get in a hurry. Think about it, fiddle with it, figure out what it's got to be. Pull them two out, just like that. Now push that all the way down in, rotate that way, there we go. And now I want to pull these up. So I'm going to put that cinch lock back in, just like this. I'm going to pull it up tight, push it down. Pull it up tight, push it down. Just like that. And for the sake of argument, I'll just half it off right quick. Alright, now coming back to this side. Put it through on this side. Same way. Pull it up against me. Slide her down. And I want the cords kind of toward the back. I mean the cord lock, I should say. Alright. Now I've got a carrier. You know, if I didn't have that lid in there, it'd be a lot easier. I've got a carrier that comes in and out of nice and easy. It's going right high on the belt, just like that. It'll go in there. You'll pull it out, drink, put it back. It'll ride like a bucket. And if I went through these two eyes right here, a piece of elastic, I could just come over the top and hook over. I wouldn't have to worry about it coming out now, would I? That'd be something I could quick grab, pull off, and put on to keep it in the field. So that would be an improvement. You know, thinking. One of the things you're supposed to do. That lid is what's causing this to bow out, but I want the lid. So we're going to call that there and call that there. And like I said, all I got to do is come back here on this back loop that's already made and put me a piece of elastic to go up over that top. Now let's see how it fits on me. Okay, riding back here on my hip. Doesn't feel like any loose component or nothing like that. I can bend, I can stand, I can do whatever, and I can reach back and get my water. Nice and easy. Now, I can take it and I can put it back. It'd be simple right here on the back, just put me a cinch strap to come up and go over the top and keep that canteen in place. But that is a canteen set now, ready to ride like that. And I can carry it like this. It's not as awkward as you'd think. I mean, you'd think looking at it of it's going to be this wide and that deep. It's not. It's tricking your eye. It's actually about the same as carrying a regular canteen, because Randy's got the loop further down so it rides a little higher, and it rides about like a canteen right there. And I wouldn't even notice that was full and sitting there, to be honest. That will free up to where we put my knife in front of it, or a side arm and then my knife on this side, or carry the canteen on my left side to carry my knife, I'm going to be using the most, or my sidearm, I'm going to be using the most. And I kind of adjust that configuration depending on what I'm doing. I can easily carry this on my left hip right here. Then I'll put my Blackbird right in front of it in a Cheyenne draw so I can get to it with either hand. And then I'll put my strong side, I'll put my sidearm right here if I'm in a snake area or something, or I'm not toting a long gun. If I'm toting my shotgun, then it's going to be water, knife, or water, knife. Either way, I can reach it fairly quick and simply. So, that's got the piece of kit. Usually in my canteen set, I carry aluminum foil, I carry a cooking pot, I carry a lid, I carry an eating utensil, I carry the canteen. So this set's got to be able to give me the same options. It's faster and quicker, and it gives me the option of when I am running 2 canteens, like I've said, this produces a half canteen worth of water in 1 push. So in 3 pushes, I've got a full canteen, plus I've got this. And in those really hot, I mean hot summer months, I can just stop at a water source, and a lot of times I carry one of the 2-quart military canteens. I put it on top of my rucksack because you just need so much water. I can stop at a water source and quickly fill it up with this and keep the water cool. That's the big advantage. And it filters out everything, including viruses. It gets rid of all the Girardi, it gets rid of all that stuff and the metals and stuff. Now, I live in an area that you've got a lot of pollution, relatively. And we got a lot of iron ore down here, and that makes a lot of waterways and things and tastes a little tepid and stuff like that. This will get it out, and that will help. I don't particularly like a lot of the water, to be honest. There are places, the city that's just 30 miles to the east of me, I really don't like the taste of their water at all. I mean, when we go into a restaurant, I will not even order something with ice in it because it tastes nasty to me. And yet, 45 miles that way to the west of us, near Andalusia, that water tastes like it's got sugar in it to me. It's absolutely sweet and lovely. And whenever I go over to a good friend of mine's land, I always make a point of bringing a couple of big jugs to get in some of that water that he gets out of his well, because it's just sweet as it could be. So water. Water is a big factor in your outdoor activities. And having a water source, a water replenishment source, a cook set that can stream along on its own. Am I going to stay with this pot for right now? I could forego the lid. I could simply put me a wire bail on it and not have the problem I've got now. But it gives me such an advantage. Plus, I've seen on Amazon and eBay and stuff these little titanium bush pots with the butterfly handles and the lids and the wire bail already part of it. That might be an idea. just go ahead and get an allocated little bush pot for this set. The spoon may or may not stay. We'll see. I'm testing gear just like you are. I'm trying to evolve my gear just like you are. And from each step, I learn a little bit. My canteen cup set that I've got right now is a standalone, and I can do just about anything I need to for me with that set. And that's evolved over 30-40 years of me starting out with nothing but a canteen that didn't even have a carrier. It was just hanging around my neck on a string. That got old, digging into your neck. Not having the ability to boil your water, that got old. Having the ability to, because I used to do the military tabs that you put into it, makes the water taste nasty down here. Yeah, at least to me. And so I shifted over to start boiling. I started carrying a canteen cup. And so I had something to cook in, something to eat out of. Then I started adding a little piece. Well, if I had a little bitty thing of spices, that would make it so much better. Next time I carry a little thing of spice. If I had a such and such, that would be, and that's how it began. And a little bit over time. But now, with this stitch gear carrier and this Grayl set, we're going to give it an honest field trial this year. And we're going to see what kind of improvement we can come out of that. And I'll take you along with me. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please leave any questions or comments below. Until next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.